Cummings splits the double team. Hangs in the air and a chance for another three-point play. He is something.
Yeah, and there's his quickness to start that play, Doug, as he splits right through off the high ball screen. As the defense comes, tries to jump it and hedge hard. See, right there, puts it between the legs and then attacks. And by jumping around the defender, here's where that restricted arc. Clearly, he was outside the restricted arc. But because of Cummings' athletic ability to jump sideways there and not go chest to chest, you get the block call.
He's a perfect 9 for 9 from the line, 30 points, extending his season high within one of his career high. And he's one of those guys who has the ability not only to get into the lane, but to finish when he gets there.
Well, it's so important for smaller guards to be able to do that. You don't get points for getting shots in the paint. You get points for scoring the basketball.
Double-figure block shots now for the Temple Owls. Bucknell keeps it with 3 on the shot clock.
Well, the Owls have been active defensively inside. Good block right there on the initial shot. The freshman and Annette Gionia, one of the top shot blockers in the American.
Xiao had to fire it up with the shot clock about to go off. Temple's lead is 7, and here comes the crowd.
Now sensing that maybe finally Temple can get some separation.
Brown can't get the roll. Let's see if the Bison have another push in them. They've had a couple of good runs in the ball game. Frazier will head to the free throw line.
Well, because of the wing denial on Haas, every time one of the guards gets the ball up top and Haas is on the wing, there's no help side defense because they're draping all over Haas. They'd rather you put the ball to the floor. They'll give up a 2 instead of giving up help side defense for one of those Haas threes. You see that so much in the NBA. The NBA never helps off the corner, off a three-point shooter. In college basketball, you see it all the time. And because of that, you see dribble penetration, collapse, kick out for 3. The Owls aren't doing that. They're staying at home and not giving help, especially when Haas and Xiao are on those wings. It's one of those things that, you know, at times college basketball picks up things from the NBA. I'm surprised more teams don't do that because you see those dagger threes time and time again as a guard turns the corner. Everybody overhelps on that play.
10 to shoot. Brown for 3. Rebounding foul against Bond, who, no, they call it the other way against Bucknell. They say Fowland had a hold of Bond, so he gets the personal foul.
And Dave Paulson unhappy with that one. Second time there's been a rebounding foul that has not gone Bucknell's way. He thought it was Bond who was holding Fallon. Instead, it goes the other direction. Here's maybe a little bit of a better look. Looks like Fallon had the off arm there. Play on. No need for a whistle.
It's a box
either
out.
way.
It's a box out.
Let it go. Well, it worked out for Bucknell because they don't score.
Fallon gives it back to Xiao. Pull up from the foul line. Well short. Brown the rebound, and Cummings has the basketball.
Owls have come up empty last couple of possessions, trying to stretch the lead. Doug, they've got to get the ball to the basket. I don't care if it's on a post-up or a drive. Don't settle for jump shots. Be aggressive.
We've seen the last couple of possessions. Brown fire away and be unable to connect. With the shot clock at 3, DeCozy knocks it down.
And every time he turns the corner and gets into the paint, he's got both feet on the ground. Too many guys get in there and go wild. He stays under control. Because of that, he's effective.
Bond is on the floor. Does he get the basketball? It's a held ball. Possession, Temple.
Did a terrific job of taking care of the basketball last night against Pitt and forcing turnover, something they haven't been able to do throughout the season.
I like GW. Gicio Garino's a very good player. They got a good roster up and down, and they could certainly do some more damage in this tournament.
They had that one spot in the middle of end of January, beginning of February, when they went on a losing streak, and that kind of knocked them out of contention for a potential NCAA bid. And certainly Mike Lonergan's team dangerous.
When I saw them in December, I thought they had the potential to be an NCAA team for sure. Shot clock at 4. Cummings slipped. DeCozy always under control. Left it short this time, though. 2 Bison fought for the rebound, and it's the Owls who come away with it.
Now, those are energy plays. Didn't see those energy plays early in the ball game from Temple, but they have done a better job on the glass here in this second half.
Cummings going to look to go one-on-one. Uses the high ball screen into the corner for Brown with 2 to shoot. Shot clock violation, no basket. Good job defensively by the Bison.
And again, here's the other place where the reduced shot clock from 35 to 30 comes into play. When a team has a lead with about 4 or 5 minutes left to go, you're going to have more possessions, more opportunity for a team to make a comeback.
And this is an arena without a sideline facing shot clock. And for somebody like Brown, who's got the basketball on the baseline, you've got your internal clock set to 35. You've got to know, but you can understand where he wouldn't have necessarily known.
Yeah, you got to get your head up to the rim, and as you do, now you're going to see it above the backboard.
Haas, well short. It's DeCozy who is called for the reach-in foul. You can see that he's baffled. Professor Dunphy not so sure. And I call him Professor Dunphy because he has taught classes both at Penn and at Temple, just like in the old days. When you were a coach back in the day, you had to teach classes. His current class, Rob, is called From the Locker Room to the Boardroom.
Well, he's a throwback in every sense of the word. You know, he's a guy, you talk about a Philly guy through and through, right? Here's a guy who played at LaSalle, got his master's at Villanova, coached at Penn, coached at Temple. He'll be the president someday at St. Joe's and finish off the entire Big Five.
What's up with St. Joe's? How in the Big Five has he not done anything over there?
But he's always been a great teacher and not just a great coach. And all the guys that play for him say the same thing. And so many of his former players have become coaches and head coaches. Steve Donahue just got named back at Penn as the head coach.
Yep.
Andy Toole right now, his team battling in the first 4. Head coach at Robert Morris, trying to advance on to play Duke. And those guys have always looked at him much more than a coach.
Frazier for 3. He's got 10. Bucknell back within 4. And you know, Coach Dunphy learned at the feet of another man who would be on the Big Five Mount Rushmore, Tom Gola. He played for Coach Gola at LaSalle back in the late 60s and early 70s.
Here's this huge bucket.
They start 3 freshmen. They've got 4 in the rotation. Chris Haas, the junior leader of this team. Foul given up.
Oh, smart play there. Bond just a 35% foul shooter on the season. So coming out of the timeout, Dave Paul said that was by design. If Bond was touching the basketball, they were going to force him to go to the line. Remember, it's still a 1-on-1 situation. Smart play.
Oberfeld did his job. Receives a hand when he gets back to the bench. And let's see if Bond can overcome the percentage. He cannot. Down 4, Bucknell with the basketball. Haas the pull-up. We've got ourselves a 2-point ball game.
That's just smart. Don't force it. Guys are going to play and chase you off the 3-point line. Take what the defense gives you.
Temple led by 8 just over a minute ago, and because it's down to 2, Coach Dunphy calls timeout.
Get them moving on a curl, little action that they get on the other side of the floor. But you got to expect that Will Cummings is going to have the ball in his hands with the opportunity to make a play here on this possession. He and DeCourcy have been their 2 best offensive players coming down the stretch.
Shot clock at 12. DeCozy, good patience again to find Brown. Tough shot for two.
Well, the defense took those two options away, so you play with what the defense gives you. Big finish by Brown.
Haas rises and fires. Brown the big rebound and a foul against the Bison.
Doug, for anybody else on Bucknell's team, that's a bad shot. Not so for Haas. Here's this dribble drive and finish at the rim, off balance by Brown, just kind of floated it up, hoping maybe one of his teammates might get it off the offensive board. But all-out denial by Ryan Frazier kept the ball out of Cummings' hands, and good on-the-ball defense shut things down for DeCozy. That's why Brown was able to get the driving lane.
It's 10 points now for the southpaw from Irvington, New Jersey.
And so percentages work out because you're late in the season. When you're an 87% foul shooter and you step to the line like Josh Brown is, you expect them to go in. One of the reasons why Fran Dunphy took that timeout to get Jalen Bond out of the basketball game with his 37% from the line.
Casper gets it back from Haas from the corner. Big three with 40.2 on the clock.
Well, all-out denial and great switch by Will Cummings to get a hand and bother Chris. And DeCozy, percentage-wise, at 67%, the worst foul shooter on the floor right now for the Owls.
Starkey at 6'8", trying to make it tough in the inbound. Cummings has it. Passes to the open man DeCozy. Pressure broken.
He's got to get rid of it. Again, at 67%, you get the basketball, you're looking for somebody else. Cummings at just under 80%, and Josh Brown at 87%. Wants to course break.
Now the substitution to get Oberfeld in to replace Fowler. Had a two-shot foul for DeCozy. Looked pretty good on the first.
Well, if you're going to keep it that long, you better step to the line and make them. He's now 3 for 3 on this game.
For Bucknell, Frazier and Shao both have 3 made threes tonight. Here's Haas. Looked like it went off of the Temple defender, indeed. And so with 20 on the shot clock, it'll be Bucknell basketball.
Take a quick look right here. And remember, that's a situation where the officials could go to the monitor to confirm that, but it did look like a good call.
Shao back into the game. Here's Haas. Deep three. And the foul given with 18 and 1/10 second on the clock. Down 5. What did you think about that three?
Again, from anybody else, it's a bad shot. From Haas, who's an athletic shooter, a little bit off balance at deep, might have been able to find a better look.
So now a 62% foul shooter. Anechionia, freshman from Springfield, Virginia. Shao hunting the three-point line. Puts up a 2-point runner long. 10.2 on the clock. And a full timeout called by Coach Paulson.
Well, the Owls doing a great job defending the three-point line, not allowing point lead. Got to take care of the basketball, something they've always done all season long. Get the ball inbounds and go convert from the foul line.
The Owls with only 5 turnovers tonight. Try to take care of the basketball one more time. Haas called for the reach-in, and that'll send Morgan to the foul line.
As we said all season long, that's been one of the bright spots for Temple. They turn it over at less than 10 turnovers per game, 11th best in the country, and their turnover margin at nearly 3 a game was the best in the American.
Well, that ensures that it'll be a 2-possession game. Bucknell in desperation mode here. Shao back in, one of the 3-point specialists.
And now you can't get a 2. No matter what, you got to fire up a 3.
Casper looking for someone else to take the shot. Chewed up a lot of time. And the Temple Owls hang on. 73-67. Temple will host GW in the second round of the NIT.
Well, certainly Bucknell had a great effort, great energy all game.